said hi to people already, but I'll say it again. Hi, Sleepy. Hi, Vincent. Welcome in. Hey, Lapras. Good to see you. Let's switch over to this. That's the thing that I'm supposed to be doing. Hello. How we doing? I'm tired and cranky, which I'm sure will shock almost nobody. Because that's kind of the vibe lately. Hey, Jen. Ah, good. I'm glad you're good. Yes, Grim. Ugh, do a stretchy. I'm glad you're doing better today, Lapras. Um, yeah, untrimp and stretch. I did have a modeling session yesterday, and I have another one tomorrow, so I'm a little sore. Not super sore, though, because it was like a more comfortable pose, kind of. Hi, folks. Good to see you. Okay, that was a lot of stretch. Here's a hydrate. Something nice about myself is that I've been super on top of everything lately, even though I feel like I'm not. I've been trucking on getting a bunch of stuff done, and honestly, last month, I freaking killed it. Because I got 5 pieces of art done completely, while also working on a huge surprise custom order, which I'm still working on. I got to deal with that like right when I woke up today because there was a problem with one of the proofs. But yeah, I'm working really hard and it's going, you know. I did finish this since last time, so you guys can see now. I did finish the Forget Me Nots. You were in Sleepy's stream on Sunday. You got a little preview of this, but it wasn't quite finished when I showed it. Because I decided to darken up the background another level, and I pushed some of the little foliage shapes we did back farther with that. So yeah, that's where this ended up. Thank you. Yeah, I just have more practice, Vincent. Honestly, I'm not some instant talent or anything. This is just chugging along and continuing to make art even when I think it's ugly. Like, that's just all being an artist is, honestly. So, like, anybody you see who's, like, hella talented or whatever, it's because they put the work in. That's the only difference. So, yeah. That's done. 4 of the greeting card proofs that I got, I approved. We're tweaking the 5th one, so that'll be done soon. And hopefully I'll be able to put those in my shop by the end of this month. What else do I have to say? The color and focus color has been voted on. We're doing magenta this month. This is not going to be a magenta project. This is an in-between project while I get other stuff prepped. Which I do also have something else that I want to do that we might do in between, just like for this week while I get everything else sketched out, because this week is kind of packed and difficult for me. So I might take a chill pill a little bit and not get started on stuff yet. I do have ideas cooking. I just haven't had the time to get those like sketched out to a point where I can work on them on stream. Oh, happy early birthday, Vincent. I have a lot of people with birthdays in April, gotta say. I do my journal in like a month layout from month to month where I put people's birthdays in, and like there are a lot that I have in April. Hi Stars, good to see you. But what we're doing today is swatching these new acrylic paint pens that Adam very kindly bought me. And so we're going to swatch those, and then I'm going to pick the colors that we're going to use on the front of this journal, which I'm making for Adam. So these, you might be able to see, it's still pretty light. I did do my Grim tasks, thank you. Here, that's probably easier for you to see a little bit, huh? But we've got a bunch of cat silhouettes and little cat paws on here that we're gonna color with the Posca paints. And then this will be a gift for Adam. I only did the front. I do have a copy of the front that I can do on the back. I didn't transfer that yet because I'm thinking I might want to do another set of different cats on the back. I hadn't fully decided, but we're gonna work on this and then see where we get. The back also has the little attachments for the elastic, so I'd need to figure out how to work around that too, which I can do. I just didn't have the brain power for that today while I was getting this done. I literally finished this today, like 3 minutes before stream, getting this all transferred on, because again, I've been busy. So first we're going to swatch some colors so that I can decide what colors I want to do on this, and then we will do that. I'm thinking if I like how this looks once it's done, I might scan this and maybe use the silhouettes to make a washi tape, because I think that would be kind of cute. Because I'm still prepping the rubber duck washi tape to order, and I feel like if I'm ordering and paying the like tariff cost on shipping those from China anyway, I might as well get multiples. Yeah, all good, Lapras, and yeah, trust me, I know how that goes, so I'm here if you need me, you know, but I'm also fine with just being company while you're doing whatever you need to do. Hey, Shani! But we'll see how they end up. I think I did make them maybe a little bit too small and detailed for how thick the Posca pens are. But I do have some skinnier acrylic paint pens too. But we're definitely starting with the Posca. We may also do some colored pencil on top to do like a little bit of shading. We'll see. I don't know how this is going to go because I haven't done something exactly like this before, but we can dick around and figure it out, you know? I don't know. Okay, these do have names, which is good on the actual pens. And you might ask yourself, Katie, did you prepare? Did you bring scratch paper out? Did you do literally anything that you should have done before you started stream? And the answer to that is no. I do have like a piece of vaguely similar colored craft paper, because that will change what the colors look like. Even though acrylic is pretty opaque, it will still affect. And I do need, like, I guess I can just use this, because the way you get the acrylic pens started is you have to tap the tip a bunch, which can make a mess. So I'm glad it was Vincent. Hi, Al. Yeah, exactly. I do, Al. Just like, I've got a lot going on. Like I said a little bit ago, like I'm killing it. I'm doing a lot, but also like, you know,
capitalism sucks.
Capitalism sucks. And yeah, capitalism does suck. I'm sure you guys can hear me shaking these Posca pens. You're just gonna have to deal with it. And I always put things in vaguely
This is a self-care
rainbow.
checkpoint. Do you need to take meds?
Order.
Get some water,
We'll
some
see
food,
if
take a break or a stretch? Please do
I am
so
gonna
now.
move this out of the way.
Thank
so
you.
That I don't get other stuff on it that I don't want. Thank you for the checkpoint. Because we can do like these colors all go together. What's your name? Yeah, you'll go in there. Excuse me, I did not mute in time. Although somebody's gonna go, it's fine, you sneeze really cute. I'm like, yeah, I know. Yeah, good, Grim. Good work. Thank you, Tomato. Oh yeah, that's something else I can do. I've already shown Kat, but I commissioned Tomato to make a thing, and it's so freaking cute. And we also have a new emote.
You're doing amazing, sweetie.
Thank you. So let me just show you, like, the still image. Look at him. He's staring at us. And if you do Tundra48 stare, you will see that we have an animated emote of Cap staring at us and blinking slowly. And he's judging us for not taking care of ourselves. So that's a new thing. And you should commission Tomato. I believe Tomato still has 3 slots open for the little guys. I should actually add Tomato's Kofi to that. Yeah, you nailed it. Because I really didn't have a solidified design for this. I sent Tomato like a tiny little sheet full of just like vibes. So I sent like Cap's Discord profile picture. I sent a photo of Cap glaring over his glasses at me. And like my art of the Kappa Barista, and then just a couple photos of capybaras, and be like, this is the vibe, figure it out. And Tomato nailed it. Thank you so much, Shawnee. Does my brain work? I believe the answer is no. Tomato does also take other kind of commissions, but I think the other slots Tomato had are filled. I'm not 100% sure because I saw the little guys and I was like, Cap needs to be a little guy. It has to happen. These paintbrushes can move, actually. I don't need to be putting these in order. I don't know why I'm doing this right now. Because I'm just like, this is the answer. Let's see. Let's start out with these. Pencil, por favor. Thank you. Because I'm not gonna do like a nice swatch sheet. I'm not gonna make like little things. I'm just gonna scribble. But I am going to write down which name everything is, so that I don't forget. They're just red. Ooh, that sounds good. You are dark reds. I do think I know which colors I'm going to aim for Adam's thing. But we haven't gotten there quite yet. Okay, I think maybe I didn't make those too small. Oh, it would help if I removed, or I could just move Cap over here. How about that? And he can be glaring at all of us. I'm still mildly concerned that I made the cats too little. But I think we'll be okay. I think we can manage. And if not, we'll figure something else out. It'll be fine. These take forever. I'm impatient. I will say that the only reason that I'm not like exploding is because I made myself iced coffee, and more iced coffee than I should have had, honestly. But, you know, sometimes you gotta make a bad decision for your body, for your mental health, and that's just the way it works. Alright. Yeah. Okay, that's just red. I need to vaguely organize myself, which is difficult. How doing what, Vincent? I'll need more info to answer your question. Okay, we have bright yellow. But it's just called orange in other languages, which is intriguing. Good. We love to hear it. I'm doing alright. I'm just really tired. I had a model session yesterday that kept me up later than I would have liked. All good. I just want to make sure I know what question I'm answering. And I just don't know your mannerisms well enough yet to know that's what you were asking. But yeah, I stayed up too late like my routine got interrupted and therefore I couldn't sleep. Oh, the pencil? It's just a Pentel mechanical pencil. Those are the ones that I always use. They're a little bit expensive, but they last a really long time. And you can get them in a bunch of different sizes. So this one is 0.5, but I also have a 0.3 for doing like teeny tiny little things, which is really nice. Yeah, they're really nice. They last forever because they are metal. No, I have a Logitech Streamcam, and then I'm streaming off of my laptop, which is a Mac laptop, and she was not made for that. But I'm also using a headset that has like a bit of a worse sound quality, I think. Just because it's more comfortable for me, and that means that I don't have a headache when I finish streaming, which I think is more valuable than the better sound, given the other limitations that I have technologically. Yeah, my laptop works really hard for us. She wasn't made to do this, but she's trying her darndest. Yeah, I stream off of a Mac, which Macs are really not made for that, especially the laptop. So she's like, she's a little hot. Okay, one of these is apricot, yep. The other one is just yellow. It's all good. Yeah, it's just part of the thing where like I ate dinner way later because I was modeling and I don't want to eat like right before modeling. And the actual modeling session is right when I would normally eat dinner. So like I finally gave up trying to sleep normally at like 3 a.m. this morning and finally took some melatonin and got a couple hours and it's just like bleh. All good, Sleepy. Sleepy is another one of our working girls. We're all working so hard. I do actually have something to pop into the mod chat later, like my mod group chat. I need to remember to do that. Exactly, Shawnee. I also did remember to take out that song that's always starts really loud and it scares me before I started. Before I booted up OBS and made my computer so very slow. Because again, she's working real hard. You wanna like actually do what you're supposed to do, Pen? Why are you not? Come on, buddy. I'm also a little bit stuffed up because partially not getting enough sleep, but also because I was modeling last night. I have a bunch of charcoal in my face now. That's the problem with modeling. I always end up like blowing black gunk out of my nose for like a day and a half after because just the charcoal, you cannot escape the charcoal dust in an art studio. And the way the setup has been for this is like the students are like quite a bit closer to me than usual. we go. You took forever, Yellow. Yeah, exactly. It means my nose is doing its job. But because they were a lot closer to me, it definitely means that I have more gunk in my face. Sunshine Yellow. And lightning. Maybe I am. Why is this lid so stuck? There we go. I was like, I'm gonna do 2 of these at once because I'm impatient. But yeah, the pose that I'm doing for, like, that I started yesterday, it's going to be over 3 class periods, which I think I told you guys about. So I'm basically just sitting there in a way that's vaguely comfortable for a long time and reading, although I did not absorb a single sentence of the book I started yesterday. I think I need to choose a different one. It was just, I don't know, denser than I was expecting, I guess. Yeah, this lid is not great, seems like, on that color. We will need to keep an eye on that one. So the notebook we're doing after I finish swatching these and picking what colors we're using is for Adam, who bought me the pens in the first place as a very nice thing. He got me some little gifties a little bit ago, and I just haven't had time to swatch these yet, which is why we're doing it now. But I do want to do another, like, kind of swatch sheet. Where is that one that's in here? As a while back, this was like forever ago. We did, when did we do this? I don't think I dated it. We did a sheet of these like little roses for me to test out some of my colors. And I've been using these on a sticker sheet as envelope sealers for when I send out stuff to my patrons, and on the greeting cards that I'm getting set. Those are going to be some of the sealers, but I would like to make some new ones because the colors, I need some new colors, I think, is the short version. But I was thinking I might do like little snowflakes or something with a bunch of different colors, because that would like fit my branding a little bit better than the roses, I think. So we might do that in the near future. I also need to decide, because we need to make more color cards for the color and focus stuff. So like these guys, which we have done on stream before. But I need to like make a list of colors that I've already done so that I can try to keep a balance with other stuff. But I'm nearing the end of the stack that I have, so it's the polls have been a little boring lately, I think, because it's a lot of repeats. Ooh, this is a nice green. It's much richer than I expected it to be. Yeah, I thought it would be like a nice little addition. I do like the roses that I did too. And I do like having the round sticker, I think looks nice. Um, which I can do pretty easily with a snowflake too. I just need to decide what snowflake shape I want, and then I can make a stencil, and that will make everything a lot easier, and I can do like a bunch of them without um, making it too big of a thing, you know? I'm realizing that my left thumb is threatening to pop out of the joint, so we're not going to use the left thumb to open these anymore. Yay, hypermobility. I subluxated that thumb once tying my freaking bathrobe after I got out of the shower, and it's been a little bit fucked up ever since. Which, like, yeah, that's how it works, but also, can we not? I would love it if my joints would stay where they're supposed to go. Which seems like a pretty basic ask, honestly. Like, body parts staying where they're supposed to seems like something that my body should do without me having to think about it too hard. But alas, these are not the cards or the joints that I was dealt. To nobody's surprise, I love the aqua green color. How's everybody else doing? What's happening? Let's see. Sky blue and blue. I feel that. I hope that your headache eases up. Have you been dinking your oiters? Have you eaten? Oh, nice, tomato. That's great. Good. I know that I've been fighting off a headache here for like weeks because the barometric pressure keeps changing really drastically and really suddenly, and it just like won't calm down. So my sinuses are like, actually, fuck you. Which I get off light on that account. My brother has it way worse. But yeah. What color are you? Are you super dark blue? You are. Okay. You can go there. This is just black, right? Yeah. Are you gonna be silver or gray? Silver. Gold. Yep. Such is the way. I'll just drop 30 things, it's fine. Okay. I'm gonna do this one, and then next one's probably this purple. I think. Navy blue. You were just violet. You've got most of the snow and ice gone. It always takes longer to get rid on our side of the street because we're on like a hill, so it's in shadow for more of the day. But the roads are mostly clear, which means there is a shit ton of dust and snow mold hanging out. And if you guys didn't know this about me, I'm allergic to mold. And mildew. So, ooh, I will take a hydrate, thank you. Sippy time. Yep. See, I do wear still masks anytime I go out, but we also have a old house and the windows aren't like really fully sealed. So I'm never actually completely free. There's always some sort of muck coming in from outside. And I do have like an air purifier in my room and everything, but there's only so much to be done about it. My brother is like really allergic to mosquitoes too. It is unpleasant. Let's see, lilac and lavender. Which order do I want you guys in? I want lilac first because you're more blue, it looks like. Yeah, dust, mold, and mildew are my major three, which is great. It sucks. Well, you were saying that yours is really curly, right, tomato, so it like curls back. That'll be part of it too. Actually, I was thinking about telling you this yesterday, and then like the topic changed and I forgot. But for a while, I was dating a guy who had like really curly hair, like afro hair, and which meant that his beard hairs curled back into him and tried to grow into his skin. So one of the things that I would do, because I'm a weird little monkey person, is I would go and like hand like rearrange all of his beard hairs so that they weren't growing back into his face. Sometimes you just gotta be a little primate, you know? Go back to your roots. Pick at somebody else's hair. That's just the way. Yeah, exactly. You gotta social groom. I feel like this is like the opposite of milking. You're lilac, right? No, you're lavender. That is what I wanted. I know how to brain. That's a lot. Yeah, that makes sense too, because they are just like right there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, his were just curly enough that like it was impossible to keep them from doing that without like direct interference. I'll just throw a pen across the room, like that's fine. Where did you go? There you are. And it's fire jet time. Right, tomato? Yeah, that's good, Al. I'm glad you figured out a solution because, like, that's really tough to deal with and, like, annoying and painful and awful. I think light pink first and then pink. Probably. Yeah, it's definitely one of those things to adjust to. Kind of like how when... Oh, I'm just throwing everything. Alright. Kind of like how when cis guys start growing their hair out really long, they have to figure out how to take care of it. I mean, to be fair, a lot of cis guys do not take care of their beards the way that they should either. Because... you remember in like 2012, 2013 when growing facial hair was like the thing? but like nobody knew that you were supposed to use like products on your beard or brush it. And so it was just like a million guys with food crumbs in their beard expecting you to be attracted to it. Does anybody else remember that? Because I do. That's when the rise of the mustache finger tattoo came in. Yeah, they don't know to do that, a lot of them. Yeah, exactly. Felds knows what I'm talking about. It was bad. It was bad. Like, I appreciate a man bun. I appreciate a beard, but you have to take care of it. Like, you can't just, I don't know, use your 13-in-1 body wash and toothpaste to like vaguely wash your beard and expect it to look nice. That's not how it works. It was a dark time. I actually threatened for a while to start a business. Um, oh, I missed a color. No, my beautiful arrangement is ruined. That's fine. It's just like a regular orange that was hiding underneath my legs. What was I saying? I kept threatening to make a business where you could, kind of similar to like glitter bombing somebody, where you could order beard products for the man in your life who had tried to grow a beard but didn't realize how to take care of it. And just like send them a little anonymous basket of products and how to fix their beard. Because it was a mess. It was a mess. Agreed. I do think that the mustache finger tattoos are coming back, which is fine. They don't bother me that much. I actually thought they were pretty fun, but I hope that we can keep the trend of taking care of your beard, because those were dark times. Yeah, for sure, Felds. But there was definitely like that hot second where everybody was like trying to make their mustaches handlebars and stuff to look cool and didn't know how to do it, and it was just a disaster. And you could see split ends on their freaking beard hairs. I can't. I was in college for that moment in time, and there was just disasters all around me. It was so sad. Hi, Tens! Like, this is not a secret. I'm a great beard appreciator. I like facial hair. But you gotta take care of it, man. You can't just do nothing and expect it to look good. I think it did something similar to that, did Felds, because the name sounds familiar, but I don't know exactly the extent of how it hit the US. silver. And then we've got it. I think I've decided on our color palette already, but we gotta test it all out just to see, you know? Lord. That was about my thumb. Yeah, that's totally fair, Tens. We were discussing various beard hairs and trimming and that kind of stuff, and then I brought up the like 2012, 2013 trend of cis guys just having like the worst beard you've seen in your life. Because it was the style, but they didn't know how to take care of it. I was not born with the correct mix to grow facial hair, but I do appreciate facial hair. And if they ever, you know, unlock the toggle setting, I might turn on the toggle to grow a mustache, honestly. Because I do know that I have the genetics for good facial hair, so. Because I got my dad's hair, and that means I got his facial hair too if I turned that toggle in my DNA on. Ah, that's fair, Phelps. I haven't gotten that far yet, but we'll see. Yeah, exactly, Shawnee. That's what I should be. I should have been a dwarf, I think. Or maybe a hobbit. I don't know. Something with those vibes that hang out underground. And just vibe, you know? Because I would love for, like, I don't know, a standard group setting thing to be I just braid other people's beards. That would be great. I would love that. Ooh, that's a nice gold. A lot of golds are like so grungy because they don't make it like more like gold based or orange based. They make it like green yellow based and it looks really icky. In my opinion. In my opinion, all oranges should be, or all golds should be orange. I cannot speak. All golds should be orange based. Goodness gracious. Oh, I'm sure it is. Yeah, I don't have that situation so far. My body hair, like the rest of it, is generally pretty light, so I don't run into that a super huge amount. But who knows? Age will get me eventually, I'm sure. I do have a darker happy trail now. That's the thing that's happened, but I think that's due to the same hormone imbalance that is causing my PMDD, so you know. I love that, Shawnee. Just like a little beard wig. Okay. Do I like that color too? Maybe. I don't want this one. I do like that one, but not this one, right? Yeah, that one's too dark. Okay. So I think our color palette for this is gonna be some light orange and some sunshine. Oh, excuse me, some sunshine yellow, lavender, and then light pink. I think the orange I'm going to use more as like a highlight than like a main color, but I know that Adam likes all three of these a lot. So, and I will say that when I asked Adam what colors he would want for our wedding, he wanted light purple and yellow. So, it's on theme. So let's see. Oh, I guess I should test those on the brown paper too, just to make sure. I don't think that'll be an issue, but it will probably make it a little bit grungier. And I think that's good. actually. That yellow will look really good on it, yeah. I mean, it's not TMI if you're willing to share it, honestly. And yeah, see, I generally don't have a huge amount of body hair. And I mostly just kind of leave it to its own devices, which will be part of it. You guys couldn't even see me doing that. But yeah. And I'm sure HRT makes that crazy. I keep saying that like we need the toggle system because there are things that I would like from testosterone, but I don't want some of the other effects. Like, why can we not just suddenly mix and match things exactly with like little scale setting, you know? Come on. What does that mean, Shawnee? Yeah. So like, you know how you can use like a slider on the volume? You need a slider on each of the different effects of hormones. So you can be like, you want a lot of bottom growth, but you don't want body hair. You know, like we should have sliders so that you can adjust everything in your body. Hirsute equals hairy. Am I saying that right? I don't even know. I don't think I've seen that word before. Exactly, tomato. Okay. I need to decide how to lay out these colors so that we don't have things that are too matched in. I might end up doing like different colors for the paw prints just to do some kind of like mixed vibes. How do I want to do this? That's the next question. I guess I brought my iPad out with the design so I can just mess around with that for a second. You guys can see me do that in a way that is not great. Like this isn't good TV, you know? Oh, that's not too bad. You can see that all right. So let's fuck Swift our colors here and see what I think. And this is just like 35,000 layers because I moved everything around a bunch. Who are you? You're that one. Let's see here. So if I do you that color, and then we can do like the orangey color like over here. That's not what I meant. I need to change the layer. This is gonna take like a million years. Which one are you? You don't exist anymore. I can delete you because I decided I didn't like your shape. No offense. We have purple, which can go you. Yeah, exactly, Shawnee. I'm just planning this out because I know that I can't take it back once I put it on the journal. Like, I could start completely anew because I do have more than one journal, but I would rather plan this out properly before we really lay that out, you know? So that I don't end up with like two of the same color right next to each other. You. I want you to be pinky. Pinky. Yeah, exactly. Oh, same, Shawnee. I am wildly like anal about that stuff. Because materials cost money, which is a horrible thing that shouldn't happen, but you know, such is the way. Nobody asked me. The world would be really different if I was in charge. Just throwing that out there. Oh, do tell, Tens. I did draw these based off of actual cat pictures, so They may not be perfect, but I think they get the vibe right. The paw shapes I know are not entirely accurate, but I think they read well, which is more important to me. And I did add the cat licking its own butt because I thought it was funny. My brain just stopped. That's fine. I didn't need it anyway. Where are you at, boo-boo? These are not in, like, the layers are not in any real order. In case you couldn't tell by me, like, staring. Because I did change shapes of a few things. And, like, changed, where things were placed and stuff, so it ended up a little messy, which is fine. Oh yeah, I can understand that for sure. And especially since it's always unequal the like one way. Like they aren't doing like an anglerfish situation. Try near this one, okay. I like that there, or do I want the yellow over here? I could put it here? No. I think I want that one to be orange. You? Question mark? And that one pink. Yep. Okay. And do that one. Boop. And I think we don't have any colors like directly next to each other. And a good mix. Yeah, agreed, tens. And I need to decide what I want to do for the paws is the next thing. Do I want to do just like the darker colors of those? Do I want to do just like dark brown? Do I want to add another color into the mix? Actually, where are you? There. This is not going to fill the same way. I'm going to do each little individual little beans. But I think maybe adding this color in will be nice. I think it'll match and it'll be a little bit of me in the thing for Adam, you know? So I think that might be the way to go. If I was actually going to do this correctly, I would probably merge all those layers and then do a clipping mask, but you know, I think just getting a vibe. So yeah, I think we'll do that. Do the aqua blue in there. Or aqua green. Yeah, okay. Okay, I think we have a plan. I think we can get going. I think that all looks good. I think nothing, like we have the right amount of repeats of each color. I think that looks good. Okay. Me looking at it again, like, oh, maybe? Okay, I'm gonna start with the paw prints, just because it's an easier shape, so I can get used to how these pens work a little bit. Yeah, these are thicker tipped. So getting some of the tiny details on the ears and stuff might be a little bit difficult. Also need to be careful about how far I lean forward today. I'm realizing, because, no offense guys, but I'm not showing the cleavage for free. I just have a low-cut tank top on because I'm just grunging it today because I didn't feel like putting on real people clothes. I say grunging, it's not really grunge. It's just less of a real people outfit, you know? But I would probably get banned also. Somebody would see me and be like, ah, nope, not allowed. Too much tip. I do also need to be careful because the pencil that I used on this is very soft. So if I touch it a bunch, it's going to just disappear. And that will cause problems for us because the reason the pencils are there because I need a line. I need a line to follow. Yeah, that's always like, can't you be more creative? Like, why do all fantasy races have to have the same? And it's not even like real sexual dimorphism. It's like the weird ideal, quote unquote, of a fuckboy's idea of sexual dimorphism. I was gonna say I should have brought paper towels over here, but past Katie did us a favor, and there's a whole roll of paper towels next to me. Because we're gonna be picking up a lot of wood pulp off of this. I do think I'm probably going to end up doing multiple layers with these. Just because they are pretty opaque, but I would like them to be very opaque, you know? We may, I think I said this already, but we may go over some of it with colored pencil too to give it some texture. But we'll see here. This might also be a cute sticker book design, I don't know. I do want to make sticker books, but... Hello? Hello? Thank you for the follow. I just realized that Cap is on top of all of the alerts, so I couldn't see who that was, but welcome in! Here, we can stop Cap glaring at us for a little bit, I think. Because you guys have the power to make him glare at us whenever you want now. Okay. Yeah, the craft paper is making a little bit of a texture under the paint. Like, I probably... The correct way to do this is probably priming it with something, but I don't wanna, so we're not. Oh, good luck with meetings, Al. Oh, I'm sorry, Felds. That sucks. And yes, Cap is my designated top. Actually, like, didn't get to talk to him at all yesterday because of how late I had to stay at work, and it sucked. Not gonna lie. I'm needy. I need a lot of attention all the time. Teeny tiny little paw prints. Teeny tiny. We can do it. Okay. The tips are stiff enough, Ayo, that I think the details are going to be okay. I just need to get used to it, which is why we're doing the paw prints first. So I think we can manage this. I think this is going to look good. I do think that I'm probably going to want to do like a different, at least even if I use the same silhouettes, I'm going to want to do a different arrangement to do the back because I don't want them to be exactly the same. That feels boring to me, and like what's the point of customizing a journal to somebody if you're just going to do the same thing on both sides, you know? I might work on that in between because I don't have another set of these ready for the back. I just did the front, or I just did this one and wasn't sure if I was going to want to do it for the back and the front or not. So I might rearrange these and do something a little different or make some new silhouettes. I don't know. guess if I really wanted the brown to not show through this at all, I could have also done a layer of white underneath. That would have changed the colors too, so. Again, I haven't really done anything like this before. I just had this idea for gifts for people because I thought it would be cute to make them, you know, little custom notebooks. And it would be cool if I could, like, figure out how to do these and then, like, sell them and stuff. A snob? Ah. You gotta get your gender fluid checked. Man. Yes, it's delightful. I'm gonna say this like every single day for the rest of my life because I've said this a bunch and I'm gonna keep repeating it until it happens. I want Discord to let us change the like notification sounds like we used to be able to do in AIM and MSN because I want to make the Snoms call sound my alert message. Like my alert sound because it's so much nicer. Hi Cap! We were just talking about you. Which I'm sure you're shocked by. Is yeah, if I ever had my phone off of silent, which I don't, it's always on vibrate, I would make that my text tone too. That, or I did work on this for a while and I don't know why I stopped, but years ago I was trying to get the my meow meow beans sound from Community as my text tone and it wasn't working for some reason. And so I just stopped dealing with it. But I still have those files somewhere. I could probably figure that out. Again, not that it really matters because my phone has been on vibrate since I got it. So, yeah, pretty much, Cap. It's almost like I love you and you're the light of my light. So I talk light of my life. I can't speak today, so I talk about you a lot. I know why I can't talk today. It just pisses me off. I did stop myself from having more coffee when I was setting up for stream. It was close though. Not gonna lie. Need more go-go juice. But then I would never sleep again. Yeah, pretty much. Cap does do that to me. It's true. Yep. He knows what he needs to do to make that happen. I haven't been able to catch one of this band's streams in like a long time. People keep changing their schedules and I can't make it, and then I get sad. Okay. Do you think that getting the pointy ears is going to be a little bit of a task here? think I made these details a little too small. We're gonna find out while we do it. And some of these are pretty little. Oh, can you guys see my forehead? Sorry, I'm like going really close. As long as it's not my tits, we're okay. I won't get reported for forehead. Or if I do get reported for forehead, I can actually, complain about it. But this is also why I don't do inking on stream a lot. It's because I get really close to the paper. And also stop breathing sometimes. Such is the way. At least my forehead is also really breaking out so you guys can see. I will do a hydrate in just a second. Yeah, I do think we're gonna do multiple layers on these guys. Because I want them to be nice and bright. I did mess up this head shape a little, but that's fine. Maybe he's just a messed up little cat. Ooh, I still need to figure out a sound for the hand and wrist stretches, honestly, because I don't have any sort of alert for it right now. Okay. Hydrating. Hand and wrist stretches. Yeah, it's a little streaky, but I think another layer after that dries will help that out. Ooh, I'm sure that you heard that. That was my shoulder. You remember that shoulder I subluxated and how sometimes it pops when it shouldn't? That was that. Alright, I have done hand and wrist stretchies. I have done a hydrate. I have done a regular stretchy. And you heard the proof with your own ears. I wasn't shrimping that bad. I mean, I am leaning close to the thing, but I haven't been that bad today, actually. Okay. Just because I'm leaning over doesn't mean I'm shrimping? A plus, Shawnee. Good work. See, I knew you guys would have fun with that emote. And I figured it would help Cap because I told Sleepy that we were going to see it a lot, because basically whenever he does the ... Sleepy or ... Katie, that's the face he's making. Getting the ears is gonna be. I may end up. I wonder if that would work. Do it like nail art, where I put the dot down and then use a tool to pull the point out. Maybe. Let's try it and see how it goes. Let's just do small dots there. And I can use like this to pull a point out. Yes, that's much better. Okay, we figured out something. I don't know what word to use. This is like a craft paper journal. So it's just like brown craft paper. Yeah, exactly. So we've got a journal inside. So I'm just decorating the cover. And I got a few of these with the intention of doing them for holiday gifts, but then that package got lost, and so I had to reorder them, and they weren't here in time. But it's just a journal on the inside. So this one is for Adam, but I do have other ones, so if this goes well, we might do some more. Thank you. Yeah, I think I'm gonna, with that purple especially, because it's very tonally close to the craft paper, I think I'm probably gonna definitely need to use colored pencil on top of it, which is fine, like I was planning to do that anyway. But I think maybe doing outlines of them on the paint with colored pencil will be good. We'll see. Boop, boop, boop. Man, did Tumblr do anything for April Fool's Day? I don't think they did. I haven't seen anything. And, like, they could have brought Boops back. They need to just make Boops an all the time thing, honestly. That's where the inspiration comes from for the Boops, is that Tumblr did a thing. Yeah, exactly, Cap. Okay, little face. And I can do this and just leave the paint there. I'll put that in my mouth because that's how I roll. Perfect. Alright. Oh god, yeah, I lived through the Misha apocalypse. I was there, Gandalf. What's wild is, okay, so Misha Collins and I actually share a birthday. So there was one year where everybody decided, it was similar to Misha Apocalypse, but it ended up being like significantly smaller, but where a bunch of people like changed their profile picture to the same picture of Misha Collins for his birthday, and so I signed in to Tumblr on my birthday and just saw like 6,000 versions of the same face from Misha Collins, and it was really weird. What is that shape? Oh, that's the other foot. Okay. I got it. I know what's happening. Ish. Yeah, of the people to share a birthday with, I think Misha Collins is probably the best choice from that era. Because basically everybody else has gone off the rails at least once. And to be fair, Misha has gone off the rails a little bit, but like of the ways that Misha has gone off the rails, he like accidentally came out as bi and had to take it back. Which, like, objectively speaking, is the funniest way to go off the rails. Like... It was so funny. He seems like a very nice person, and he has been very careful with how he's used his fame from Supernatural. So he uses it for a lot of, like, really good causes, like, legitimately good, and he's been a very good ally. So I think he is perhaps the most responsible person who came out of that show. Which isn't really saying much, if I'm being honest, but you know. I will say that, what's his name? Jim Beaver, who plays Bobby Singer, has also been pretty good about that, but his politics kind of took a dip. But for a while, he was doing really good at, like, helping with AIDS research and stuff. Which I have one of his charity t-shirts. that he did for raising money for that. But yeah. Yeah, it's not like super disaster, but I don't even remember exactly what it was, but he said something specifically and I unfollowed him on Instagram for it. And it wasn't like a huge disgust thing, it was just kind of like a, no thanks. Oh, excellent. Thank you, Tens. And yeah, glad to have you. We did have a number of people join because I connected my Discord to my Patreon. So things are a little wacky at the moment. I will need to bother people to do proper introductions and stuff, I think. Just because the way that works messed with our regular onboarding that Stars worked so hard for. So, yeah, exactly, Tomato. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was a while ago too, so maybe he's on the up and up again, I don't know. But if I can't remember, then it can't be that bad, right? One would hope. Yeah, I think the texture of this is a little bit funky. So maybe if I do another one of these, I'll try some sort of sealant. Because I'm definitely picking up like a lot of wood pulp off of this. Which is fine, that's manageable. But it does mean that we get kind of like a hairy texture in a not pleasant way underneath these. Yeah, exactly, Tens. And usually, like, not to call myself out, but I'm a really good grudge holder. So generally speaking, if it's that bad, I'll remember. But again, it was a while ago. And I do know that my memory from a certain point of my life is not good because of the depression and how much I was drinking. So it's also possible that it just happened in that span of time. And so I missed it, you know? But yeah, I'm really good at holding grudges and remembering things. Like, I have to actively work to not do that. Because in most situations, that actually doesn't help anything. Yeah, happy April Fool's Day, I guess. I could have prepared something for stream, but I didn't. I just, like, I don't care. Honestly, I regularly forget that April 1st is April Fool's Day because it's my friend Aiden's birthday, and that's what I think of first. I will say that my tarot card draw for today was the Fool reversed, which I thought was kind of funny, though. Like a little thematic. That's a mood, Shawnee. Grief case is excellent. That would make a good sticker, actually. I've been rattling an idea for the June Sticker Club sticker in my head, and I haven't, like, completely solidified it yet. But we're getting there, because I wanted to do, like, a Pride one. So. Oh, yeah. They keep, God, even though I told Steam to block it from my stuff, they keep trying to convince me to buy the Harry Potter game. because it runs great on Steam Deck. And I'm like, you're a liar. It doesn't run great on anything. Don't fucking lie to me. Like, I'm still not gonna buy it, like, even if it was the best running game of all time. But, like, you're just lying. You're just lying. That's all you're doing right now. But, like, even though I have it blocked from my search and stuff, so it doesn't show up in lists, it's still the image that they're using for the Great on Steam Deck category on the app. And I'm just like, why are you doing this? Stop. Yeah, I've heard people complaining about it. Same Tens. I saw somebody streaming that the other day, and I immediately unfollowed them. Like, even though um, it's somebody who like vaguely runs in the same circles I do, I was like, nope. The Hogwarts Legacy tomato, which like it's not even a fucking good game. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. If you still like fucks with that after you've heard and understand how much damage it's doing to trans people, get fucked. I'm not interested in your little excuses or why you've decided to absolve yourself of the harm you're causing. Because, like, in any way, shape, or form, if you're still doing that, I do not trust you. Like, that's the long and short of it. If you're still down with doing that, then you aren't a trustworthy person. So, like, nah. I have definitely blocked and unfriended a number of people since that game came out. It's like, I don't get why people refuse to see the harm it's causing just because they like it. Like, well, I grew up with it, so did I, but I care more about trans people than I care about holding on to a shitty piece of my childhood. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. I basically unfollow anybody now who does anything involving Harry Potter, like people making jokes about it or whatever. If you're earning money from that, I'm not gonna hang around. Thanks. Because all you're doing is keeping her culturally relevant so she still has power over people. Yeah, exactly. JK is still getting the money and is using it actively to harm people. Like, and it's not even like secret. Like, that's straight up. She said that's what she's doing. She thinks of people still using her IP as her being relevant and agreeing with her opinions. She straight up said that. So, like, if you are still messing with that, then you are telling her that you agree. So perhaps don't. Yeah, for sure. Exactly, Kvelds. Like, it's so bad. And yeah, Tens, people do crazy mental gymnastics around that, and I don't have the patience for it, honestly. Like, there was a time where I would have tried to explain things and get people to see a different side, but at this point, like, if you're still doing that, like, you've seen the information, you've just decided you don't care. I'm not gonna waste my time on it. Like, you picked your side there. I do think, actually, speaking of people's childhoods and authors, I do think that I should try to read the Animorphs series. Because I read some of them when I was younger and I didn't really get it. Because my brother was really into them, so we had them in the house. And I feel like I should give those another go. Because I feel like I would appreciate the themes and stuff a lot better now than I did as a kid. And also, Kay Applegate is very trans friendly. So I'm fine with giving her money. Because I think she has a trans daughter, I think. I don't remember. She has a trans child. I don't remember which direction, though. Right, Tens, like... Ugh. I'm not gonna let her ruin stuff. Like, that's not even the issue. It's not her ruining stuff. It's you letting her subjugate an entire group of people. Like, that isn't the issue. If you see that as the issue, then you're already missing, like, the actual point. Yeah, right, Shawnee? Yeah, because I do remember, like, a lot of it, well, vaguely, from when I was a kid. And remember it being very anti-war in a time when that was, like, wild to be. As, yeah, I grew up in, well, partially grew up. I was alive for 9/11 in the U.S., which, like, we were already a warmongering country, but that really put it into high gear, you know? So seeing that kind of stuff was a big deal. Okay. I do also, this is only vaguely related, it's also a kid's book, but I do think that I need to read more Warrior Cats books. Because I read, like, the first series, which is, like, the first 5 books, because that's what my library had, and my libraries don't have the next set. But maybe I care enough to buy them. Because they're just so drama and fun to read. It's so silly. I was saying this in Libstream the other day, but Warrior Cats really, like, somebody looked at Shakespeare and went, okay, what if we shoved every single one of these plays together, but we made it all cats? And I can appreciate that. So, like, the first series has, like, a crazy amount of wild stuff. So there's definitely a Romeo and Juliet thing going on, including death. There's some Macbeth happening, you know. Definitely some Hamlet too. Yeah, I think part of the issue with this is that the paint is soaking in, which is good because it means that the design will stay, but it does mean that I need to do multiple layers. Lion King is basically Hamlet, it is true. But, I don't know, I feel like Timon and Pumbaa are better than Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. They're more fun. And I was that depressed teenager who decided that Hamlet was my favorite Shakespeare play, just for the record. I used to have the whole to be or not to be memorized, but I don't know if I still do or not. Probably lose a little bit in the middle. I found the first set of books to be very enjoyable, if strange. Like, they are very intense. Ooh, I did like the Redwall series when I was younger too. I should reread those, actually. I don't remember, like, anything from them. But I think I need to read, like, a fun book. So I should download a fun one for my next modeling session, because I started reading a book about the history of coal, and, like, I got 20% into the book, but I could not tell you a single thing that I read yesterday. Hi, Matto! Good to see you! And yes, I believe so. Yeah, because I know that I read those and did a book report on them when I was in elementary school. Like, I think I was in 5th grade for that one, because I also helped somebody else do that, because I drew art for her, the cover of her little pamphlet for her book report. but it's been a while. 5th grade was a while ago for me. I don't want to say how long ago because then I'll have to do math with big numbers. But a while ago for sure. Mortal Instruments? No, I don't think so. It doesn't sound familiar to me. But I'm always down for a book rec. Yeah, you can see some of the weird texture like right through here. I think a second layer will help with that a little bit, but it's still a texture issue, I think. So maybe what I need to do next time is find a little bit of sealant to paint over the parts that I want to paint and then put the color on. Which author stars? The one for what Tomato was saying? Ah, okay. Yep, okay. Yeah, I don't know about that one, I don't think. Unless I just missed the whole thing. Yeah, I haven't watched that Robin Hood in a while, actually. I've brought it up in multiple streams lately as, like, the first furry bait film, which is not technically true. I think the first one, if you were to track back, I think the very first, like, obvious furry bait film is actually Sword in the Stone. Because of that squirrel scene. I think that that changed a lot of people, and that came out before Robin Hood. So, just in case anybody was wondering about my personal thoughts on the timeline of furries. Not that I'm some great, source of furry, but I recognize cultural patterns. A stretchy. Hi, lesbian.
This is a self-care checkpoint. Do you need to take meds? Get some water, some food? Take a break or a stretch? Please do so now. Thank you.
I may actually take a quick ad break here in a second. Because I could stand to get up and move around for a second, I think.
One place that hasn't been corrupted by capitalism.
Nice.
Space.
A little treat. Thank you. I did bring out a special little treat today. In anticipation. I mean, I was going to end up eating them anyway, if I'm being honest, but you know. Oh, that's cool, Matto. I will look at that. I'm going to write that down so I don't forget. I mean, I'll still forget, but I'm gonna write it down and pretend like I'll remember. I found the trick is to put notes in the little note folder that I do all of my, like, my brain is just not gonna cooperate. I put it in the note file that I use to do all of my alt text descriptions. And then the next time I have to go do an alt text description, I find it, and then I'm like, oh yeah. Ah, yes. Happy April Fools or International Liars Day, lesbian. Okay, what else am I doing? I need to hydrate, and I needed to do a stretchy. Yeah? Mm-hmm. Okay, sippy accomplished. I do a little stretchy. Yeah, I have a degree in cultural anthropology. That's what my actual degree is in. But let me see a little meme here. Yeah, for sure. And yes, I think one of the thank you, Shawnee. Ooh, I'm gonna do more stretchy now, and you guys get a weird sound out of me. I think one of the things that people don't realize about history and anthropology in general, because of the way that it's taught, is people were always horny. Like, people were always horny. It's not some horrible downfall of culture. We were just always horny. Like, that's just the way of it. Like, the majority of the art that we hold in high regard still is some rich dude's porn. And we need to acknowledge that. Like, I don't know. There's a lot of erotica that's still hanging around from basically any era that you can pick. Right, Matto, for sure. And it's got to be said that the Greeks and the Romans were especially horny, like loudly. Hi, Adam! This is for you. We're working on it. But yeah, this is for you. Yeah, I'm using the pens that you got me. True. Very true. I do think definitely going over everything again with another layer is the call here. Because it is looking real streaky in person. I might also take an X-Acto knife to it and shave it a little bit because it is textured. Facts, tomato, facts. We've always been like this. And the idea that there was some beautiful portion in human history where everybody was perfect all the time and didn't do anything that you found disgusting is not real. And if anybody tells you that, they're probably a eugenicist and you should probably, like, slap them in the face directly. Just a thought. Anybody who thinks that there's one, like, perfect place in history that we should emulate is bad news. You don't want to hang out with them. Okay, what am I doing? I don't know. That's the short answer. I think that I will fill in the cat who's licking itself, and then I will take a quick break to get up and do a stretchy and stuff. And run to the bathroom. But first I want to fill in this cat, because then I can do the middle one after this is dry and it won't be an issue. Well, it hopefully won't be an issue. At least not a getting paint on my hands issue. Right there. You're right here. Poke, 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 poke. I have an arm so that it's attached to the back of the table and then just comes out over top. Yeah, there's only so many choices for like a physical art stream, honestly. Because like if I have it angled like down here so that you guys are like looking on my work from there, you are also going to see way too much cleavage and I'm going to get reported. You can also like, some people do it so that it's over their shoulder, but I'm going to smack that so often. Like someday when like I actually have a proper workspace and stuff, maybe you guys will get a cleavage stream if you behave. But it is not today. Because like, let's be real, any stream where you can see me is going to be a cleavage stream. There's no way around that. No, I don't want to be in a hot tub, honestly. Like, tomato. Yep, sorry. I know we said no fooling, but your April Fool's joke is that you don't get to see my cleavage. That's it. Well, I think if we were the same person, it might be better for you, Kvelds, because I am not allergic to peppermint. So, if we can make that happen, I would take that hit for you. Yeah, I don't like wrinkle fingers. I don't like it. I do like soaking in a tub, but I don't want to be perceived while I'm doing it, you know? Okay, I am going to take a quick break, which means I'm going to run some ads. Don't look at them. We hate capitalism here. Oh, speaking of, actually, Matto, since Matto was here, the problem is Capitalism Redeemed does have Matto's voice attached to it now.
Capitalism sucks.
It's delightful. Capitalism sucks. I'm allergic to some antibiotics, which you might not like, Kvelds. That might be an issue. But yeah, I'm gonna run some ads. Don't watch them. I still get the money if you get up and take a break yourself or just change the tab or whatever. As long as it's like running, I'll still get my, measly third of a cent. And yeah, I'll be back in a few. I don't know. I usually have a spiel. What's the spiel? You can get up and also do a stretch. You could go to the bathroom. You could get yourself a little snack or drink. I have not forgotten that I was given a treat. I have cookies here that I will open when I get back. Also, look at something that's farther away from your screen than your face, from your face than your screen is right now. I cannot speak today. Yep, thank you, Shawnee. Your eyes will thank you, and then we will meet back here in a few, alright? Alright, we're back. Welcome back. Now I will get Cookie. We got some cookies from somebody at the church Greg goes to before we left for Christmas, and so we froze some of them because we were traveling, so we couldn't like eat all of them before we left because we traveled on Christmas Day. So I pulled some out of the freezer today because I saw them and I was like, you know what? I do deserve a cookie. I was going to eat them with breakfast, but then I got distracted. You know how it is. Sometimes you just get distracted. And you do, like, an hour and a half of work straight. Well, I do work day, but you know what I mean. Okay. Yeah, these fries just fine. They're a little dry, but all good. I also refilled my water while I was up. Because even though I did add an emote of my boyfriend glaring at us, I don't want to give him extra cause to use it. Oh yeah, Adam, have you seen the new emote? It's good, you'll like it. I can put Cat back on stream, actually. Here. Look what Tomato made! Look at my boyfriend, he's so cute. Yes, excellent. It is you. Oh, that's 100% what you should do, Shawnee. Sourdough makes the best grilled cheese. 100%. And now I want a grilled cheese. When don't I want a grilled cheese? Okay, I've eaten a cookie. Now we can get back to work. That does sound so good. I mean, it never sounds not good to me, but I would definitely destroy some of that right now. Yeah, we love a grilled cheese. I don't know what we're having for dinner today, actually. We did have like a spring vegetable orzo risotto kind of a situation for lunch today. I love goat cheese. Destroy goat cheese. Welcome back, Al. I do also love goat cheese, and it goes well in a grilled cheese. And for the record, I am saying cheese and not cheese. You gotta call it grilled cheese. Yeah, goat cheese goes really well in a grilled cheese, actually. Also. If you like it, obviously. If you don't like it, then don't put it in there. Because I know it is, like, a strong flavor that not everybody likes. But I like it. I'll eat yours. It'll be fine. I'll jump on that grenade for you. But doing, like, a sharp cheddar and then some grilled, or some goat cheese in the middle, it gets so nice and gooey. It's delicious. Excellent, Al. Yes. What color is you? You're orange. Alright. We're trucking. Oh god, my hand is like mad at me today, and I know why, but like, could we not? Please? There we go. That's better. I did a stretchy for it off camera before somebody redeems. I did it for freezies. just gonna pluck fibers off of this for the rest of eternity, apparently. Gorilla cheese. I love that. That's great, Shawnee. Sometimes you just gotta commit to the bit. The song always... Is this the one that always makes Cap think of how it's made? Because it is very similar. Yeah, okay. It's like, who says that? Wait, you say that. I almost watched some How It's Made the other day because I was having a meltdown and I was like, I need to chill out. But then I didn't. I sat in silence instead. But they do have like hours-long compilations of how it's made on YouTube here. I don't know if that's accurate for other regions, is why I say here. And yeah, that's definitely a thing I put on late at night when I can't sleep, so... I think my favorite bit of those is when they show the machine like slowed way down so that you can see what it's doing. And then they go, and here it is at full speed, and you just cannot see anything but a complete blur. Like, dang. Thanks for slowing it down for me. Because I don't have supervision. It is really fun to watch, and I just like knowing stuff. I like knowing how things are made, or how the world works, or whatever, you know? I just like knowing stuff. So you get to learn little fun facts. Which is great. A+. I have been watching like a lot, I think I've mentioned this already, a lot of documentaries on YouTube lately. Because I discovered that PBS has put up like a bunch of full-length documentaries. And so has like the History Channel and stuff, like they're old ones. So I watched, last night when I got home from work, I watched an old History Channel show that was about Venice, and was narrated by Leonard Nimoy while I was eating my dinner. It was great. I do think, bless Leonard Nimoy, I love him, but he did not have dentures that fit well for the majority of his senior life. And you can tell whenever he's narrating something because he whistles a lot when he speaks. Yes! Look at the yellow crayons. Yep. I love that one, Shawnee. There was also an episode where he took us all to a brewery. I remember that one really well. For some reason. I don't know why. I guess because I thought it was kind of weird to take children into a brewery. But, you know. That was definitely a thing that happened. We just stand Mr. Rogers in general, though. It's you who has the same birthday as Mr. Rogers, right, Shawnee? I feel like you mentioned that at one point. You did remember. Sometimes I remember, and sometimes I forgot. And there's no telling which it's gonna be. I feel like it really matches Shawnee's vibe, too. Like, we need to find other people who were born on that day and see if they're all the same level of, like, comfy, cozy, awesome, you know? Because we're seeing a correlation, and we need to know if it's causation, you know? Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure, Shawnee. And I think I've said this to you directly before, but I do think you embody a lot of that very well. I do think Mr. Rogers would be proud of you. Mr. Rogers is very popular in Pittsburgh because that's where he grew up. So he's a Pennsylvania guy. So there's a lot of stuff about him in a lot of the museums there. There's actually, which museum was it? Was it the Heinz Museum I was in, maybe? Where they have, like, a sculpture of him, like a wax sculpture, that you can take pictures with and stuff. Which is pretty cool. But yeah, I was definitely a Mr. Rogers girly when I was little. You know what I should see, if it's available on YouTube or something somewhere? Wishbone. Yeah, Wishbone. Oh, interesting, Shawnee. Yeah, I was definitely a Wishbone kid. Remember, if you're of a certain age, you may remember when a lot of television was made to be like educational and enriching versus made to sell you things. Like, there was an era where, like, yes, there were a bunch of cartoons and stuff that were made to sell you shit, but there was also, like, especially with PBS for sure, a bunch of things that were made to, like, teach you stuff. Which, like, yes, they also used it to sell stuff to you, but, like, you know. I miss when TV was at least pretending to be enrichment, you know? I said I might take my X-Acto knives to this. I don't think that's gonna help, honestly. I think we just need to keep trucking. And yes, it's gonna have a little bit of a weird texture, but that's okay. I do think doing some sort of sealant next time is probably the right answer, but I don't know what kind of sealant would be best. I will need to look into that. I know that it won't be Mod Podge, I can tell you that much. Because Mod Podge sucks. It's not good, don't use it. Yeah, I mentioned this on Tomato Stream last night, I think. Or maybe it was on Sleepy Stream the other day. I don't remember. I don't know what time is. But, Bill Nye was my first noticeable crush, which I think explains a lot about me in general. I just feel like that makes some of the puzzle pieces fall into place. Butterflies in the sky, you can fly twice as high. There were a few. So, Defunctland did a series where they were going over a bunch of older television shows, and a lot of them were in the kind of edutainment category, which was really interesting because there were some there that I kind of like missed the boat on because I wasn't exactly the right age. So like In Between the Lions is one that was really interesting that I'd never watched before. Same with what's that one called? There's another word in the middle of the name and I don't remember. The Big Something Couch. Is it Big Red Couch? Big Blue Couch? Something like that. Which like excuse me, I wasn't the right age for when they came out, but it's cool to see because like that was kind of like right in between. Big Comfy Couch, thank you. That was like not one that was big for me. It was like right in between when I would have been the right age for it and when I would have started babysitting, which is how I got a lot of exposure to that kind of stuff. In between, so it was just like not exactly the right age when it hit the US for me, I think. Yeah. That's totally fair, Shawnee. We do love a puppet. Are puppets just fursuits for hands? I feel like the answer is maybe yes. We do not. I can turn one on, Shawnee. Do you want me to? I didn't do that like right when we started because like right when I started streaming. Just because like if you do it right when you start, people don't get the vibe, you know? I can literally turn that on right now. I will finish coloring in this cat again and then I will do that for you guys. Cuz like I don't know. Sometimes people's quote systems just turn into people quoting the same thing repeatedly, you know? Or like the same kind of thing repeatedly and it gets kind of boring. So I didn't add it right away. But I think we're at a point where we get the vibes and I say weird enough things that it will keep it interesting. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the texture of this, I won't lie. I don't think it's bad. Like, I don't think it's a disaster. I'm not going to throw it away, but if I was making this for myself, I would have an issue with that. Which makes me have an issue for it in general. Okay. Maybe I should buy some spray sealant, but then that kind of destroys the texture of the craft paper that I really like. I don't know. I didn't think this through entirely. Because I was just like, honestly, it doesn't matter that much, right? Like, we're testing stuff out. That's what we're doing, and that's the important part. But now I'm doing that thing where I'm like, well, I could have done this so many other different ways, and it's like, that doesn't matter though, we're doing it this way. Calm down. Okay. Where do I not have, oh, I need to do it there, that's right. I remember. Where did I put those? Da-da-da-da. Thank you, Shawnee. Default, that's what I need. Have commands going, I have that going. Okay. Moderators should be able to add quotes now. And you should also be able to edit quotes and remove quotes through chat. Anybody can trigger the quote with just exclamation point quote. But to add, it would be exclamation point add quote. One word. And then whatever you want. And it should automatically put the date on the end. Because I did already poke that. And I can also manually add one on the back side if I want to. Let's do orange next. That decision I cannot make for you, Shawnee. I wonder if I can make it so that VIPs and mods can add, because that makes sense to me too. I'll poke that in a second. I don't know if CloudBot sucks down the VIP information or not. Thank you, Sleepy. Let me poke that again. Lets me do regulars, but I don't know how it qualifies regulars. We'll just add subscribers. That will do similar. And then quote edit and quote remove will remain moderators. Let me change what regulars mean. Okay, so I can add regulars from Twitch. So if I add somebody who doesn't have VIP or mod status, they should be able to do that. So theoretically, Tomato can now add quotes, but only because I added that, I think. I don't fully understand. I think if I do regulars, it says everyone, but I don't think that actually means everyone. I don't know. Confusing. Yeah, I'll have to poke that. Yeah, okay, so Tomato could do that, that's great. Is there anybody else here who is not subbed and not a VIP who could test out to see if they can do it? I can sign into my alt account if I have to, but if somebody else is here who could do that, that would be helpful. And see if that actually works, or if it's literally everyone. I don't think having everybody add quotes is like a disaster. How have I not given you VIP, Al? I guess I was waiting for this precise moment for you to test. is a second secret, Katie. And if you know my deep lore, you would know what the name is too, because it was my old business name. Just looking at quotes to see if that got in. Okay. Good. Thank you, Al. I can just tell you later, Shawnee. Although, since you're following the Tumblr, like, there used to be a thing. It is Cap! Hi, Potato! And thank you. Yeah, I commissioned Tomato to make a little cap. So we also have a cap staring emote. Oh, the date gets added automatically, actually. I think. At least it should. When you scroll it back. So I set the date style on the back end. And yeah, we have a little emote of Cap staring at us now. Yep, and you can put them together. Yeah, so that, and I should be able to edit that out. Okay, cool. So it does automatically do the category and the date. Cool. Good to know for sure, Z's. Yeah. It did do the date in a different order than I think I told it to. Let me mess with that really quick. This is just turning into a poke behind the scenes stream for things that you can't see. Don't worry about it. Where do I fix that? I fix that here, I think. Settings? Yes. That should change it. I don't know if it changes the ones for what have already gone in. Yes, I think so. Let's see. Yep, there we go. Okay, fixed. Good. Oh, gross, Sleepy. You don't like that. Here, I'm gonna edit your quote, Al, and take out the date. But it doesn't double up there. Okay. So that should be good. I'll leave it for everyone unless that becomes a problem. And if it becomes a problem, then I'll change it. We also have the power, mods and I have the power to remove quotes whenever we want, so if people are making issues, we can just boot it. Okay. Ugh. Brain function. Who is she? Oh my god, that emote's hilarious. Excellent, Shawnee. It might be just scraping some of the paint off because I didn't like the shape it just made. Don't worry about it. Okay. I do think I'm gonna maybe take these same assets that I drew and make a different back for it. Because the more I think about it, the less I like doing the same thing on the back as on the front. So I'll probably mess with that tomorrow and on Thursday, and then we'll do the other side of this on Friday. And I can get an actual color and focus project started over the weekend, and then we can do that. Because I do have a couple ideas, but I do need to like prep them a little bit. Shawnee actually already knows one of the ideas that I've been poking at, because I was complaining about AI images messing up my reference search the other day. But yeah, color and focus is magenta. I said that at the beginning of the stream, but we've got some more people in here now. So we're gonna be doing some magenta things. Magenta was the very clear winner too, which was interesting. Yeah, I think maybe on the back we test putting a layer of white down first. Maybe. I don't know. Magenta may not be natural to the spectrum of light, but she's real to me, and that's what matters. People who think she's not real just don't know how to love her correctly, so she doesn't give them access. All good, potato. I vibe with that today too, honestly. I just didn't get enough sleep. It'll be fine. I'm also in like a fair amount of pain, but it's fine. It's fine. We persist. And we still draw silly little cats, you know. Yeah, we stay silly. Yeah. Although the kind of pain I'm in has a timer, so it's a little easier to deal with. Honestly, I was telling that to one of the students I made friends with yesterday, because I mentioned vaguely to some of the teachers that I was working on getting a surgery, and I wasn't sure when I was going to be able to get that scheduled for, so it might mess with work. I've managed to schedule it so it will not mess with work at all. But I had talked to her about it briefly, because we're friends. I told her yesterday. She was like, I think we were both in that, well, she was in that very neurodivergent state where it was like, are we friends or are we just chatting? So I said outright yesterday, I was like, we're friends now, by the way. And she was like, oh, good. I was like, yeah, I figured you would appreciate the clear declaration there. But I had mentioned it to her because she has had a hysterectomy too and mentioned it to me. So I was like, yeah, that's what I'm working on. She's like, ah, good. I hope you can get it and blah, blah, blah. And I mentioned that I had surgery scheduled yesterday, and she's like, oh, I was going to ask you, but I wasn't sure if I should or whatever. And I was like, we're friends. Like, it's fine. But, yeah, I was like, this is so much easier to deal with now that there's a timer. Like, I know when this ends. There's only 2 of you left, and then you're gone forever. That's what I mean by it's fine with the in pain. Like, yes, I have been taking pain medication and blah, 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 blah. That doesn't help, which is why I'm getting an entire fucking organ removed to solve that issue. So it's Go Streamer Chan. It's not like I need to take better care of myself and then the pain will stop kind of situation. It's my body is betraying me and we are getting it fixed, just not yet kind of situation, you know? So, like, yes, I'm used to this level of pain. Should I be? Probably not, but I only have to deal with it for a little bit longer. I guess I should also go over the schedule change again. I'm working every single Monday this month. So we don't have Monday streams this month. We're gonna have Tuesday streams instead, which you might have figured out by the fact that it's Tuesday and I'm streaming. But if you didn't, that's okay too. Because I'll just tell you again. So we're gonna do Tuesday streams and Friday streams this month. And then we will go back to regular schedule for a little bit in May. And then there will be no streams because I will have had an organ removed in a knife fight. And I will be recovering from that, which involves not sitting up a bunch. And a lot of sleeping. I've been directed to sleep a lot. So. I am streaming on Tuesday. It's true. Oh yeah, I guess that could have been taken as an April Fool's. I didn't even think about that. I'm not gonna lie. That's so funny. Okay, I do think the second layer is helping this a lot and get the color about to where we want it. I probably will do another layer on the paws too. So I think we'll do a second layer on our kitties here, which we're almost done with. I still need to do the purple. And then we'll do a second layer on the paws. And then I think we're going to call it for today. Because I want to go hang out with my boyfriend. I won't even lie to you guys. That's why I want to end. Which most of you will just go, ah, about and not be mad about. So, and if you were mad about it, then maybe you shouldn't be here. But, you know. I don't think that's a secret. You guys can't see what I'm doing. I'm really bad about remembering where the chat box is and where the stream, like, where the camera box is. That's fair, Cap. I do need to go continue my evil plans that I started after you signed out last time. You might say, what evil plans, Katie? And to you I say, don't worry about it. Just don't worry about it. I know, right, Shawnee? I have regularly joked that I would, like, find the one place in Canada that had an awesome person where being in Alaska did not help me even remotely. Because, yeah, we're a ways apart. And this is why I should be allowed to teleport. I'm just throwing that out there. I'd only kill a few people. It would be fine. But mostly I'd use it to bother Cap. Yeah, for real. It's so funny. Like, we really are basically as far apart as we can get. The only way we could get farther apart is if I was in the Aleutian Islands. Mm-hmm. Fair. Like, we're pretty close. Pretty close on that. The universe decided that if it was too easy for us to meet up with each other, that we'd just ignore everybody else on the planet and they'd be sad about it. I'm sure that's the reason. Oh, but also the friend that I was talking to yesterday, who I declared that we're friends now, which we were friends before, but she's also interested in doing some markets and stuff up here. So I floated the idea that we could like team up and share stall costs and stuff and like share a table, and she was like super down with that. So that's great. I'm so excited about that because I've been like looking around like, who's somebody that I would like trust with my stuff, who I know that I get along with, kind of a thing. Because like, one, I don't drive, right? And two, you really need somebody else to help out with like carrying stuff and like watching the booth when you go to the bathroom and stuff like that. And so we just kind of ran into each other, and she's also interested in doing that stuff. So I may not be able to do that this summer, but I still have somebody who's like interested in going down that same path, so we could do it together. And I think between the two of us, we would have a good mix of the needed skills to get that done. Because we are definitely both neurodivergent. And I'm the kind of person who is like very careful about remembering things and doing paperwork on time and deadlines and stuff like that, and that's something that she struggles with. So I think if we teamed up, that would be really good for both of us. Aside from the fact that it would be just nice to not do that all by myself, you know? She's also just like very perky and outgoing, so I think that will help too. Because like I can fake doing that, but it is like work for me. So I think that will be good. I think we're moving in the right direction in a lot of points in my life, which is very nice. There are still steps to take, but we're getting there. I do want to order some prints this month. I was going to do it last month, but then I got that big custom order, so I was messing with that instead. So I ordered other things and not the prints that I was thinking of. But I think perhaps this is the month where I order a few prints and see how those go. Yeah, Ten. See, the thing with being in Alaska is that you can't really travel out of state and expect to make that money back. So really, if you want to do that kind of stuff here, you look specifically at like the Saturday market and similar like bazaars and stuff like that. Because there are like limited opportunities here, but if you're paying to like travel out of state, you aren't gonna make the money back like at all. There's like no way, because it's expensive. But getting the Saturday market going here would be really good, especially in the summer, like during the height of tourist season, because you can get those sweet tourist dollars, which is part of the reason why I've been doing all the Alaska art. So that I can get Get that sweet tourist money. So yeah, and I do already like individually pack all of my products and stuff, so it won't be like more difficult for me to set up that way. I just need to get like organizational stuff that I can put on a table, which won't be that bad either, I think. Yeah, exactly, Shawnee. And I know, for instance, Trisha does most of her money in in-person sales. Like, I still do, relatively speaking, all right online, but I'm definitely not at a point where I can, like, fully support myself. Which I may never get to, but I would like to be able to, you know, get closer to that. Yeah, it's wild. If you ever want to come up here, though, Tens, like, we can hang out. I suggest you come in late August, early September when everything is cheaper because it's no longer tourist prices. Yeah, if anybody ends up here, let me know. We can meet up at Moose's Tooth or something. Which is the really good local pizza place here that regularly ends up in the top 100 of pizza places in the entire US. So, they good. They also brew their own beer if you're into that. If you're not into beer, they also brew their own root beer and cream soda. Their cream soda fucking slaps, and I have to be careful not to get a whole growler of it because I will guzzle the entire thing down and make myself sick. It's just so good. I just love vanilla. Vanilla is such a good flavor. She's not appreciated enough. Oh, in Fairbanks, I called that. I did call that. Excellent. I'm so smart. But yeah, Fairbanks is like, they've got a lot clearer sky, and because they're farther north, they get the northern lights more often. But it's also like not some place I want to live. It's like way colder in the winter and way hotter in the summer than Anchorage is. So it's a great place to visit, but I don't want to live there. I did consider moving there for a little while, though, because they do actually have a museum studies program at UAF. And then I was like, actually, fuck this, and then I didn't. But yeah, we drove up there once for a hockey game, and I just put my hand in wet paint. Of course I did. Classic. It's even one of the right colors for the emote. But we drove up there, and it was so cold that ice was forming on the inside of the car windows as we were driving. I think I still have a photo of one particular ice patch because it looked like a rabbit face. I think I have that photo somewhere. Still. Because it was on my photo bucket, so it's probably in the backups that I pulled when they were circling the drain. They're still circling the drain, if we're being honest. But it was very cold. It was like negative 27 outside when we got there. That's Fahrenheit. It was cold. It was freaking cold. I also remember that at that hockey game, a ref got hit directly in the nose with a puck, and it was horrifying. And there was a lot of blood on the ice. Yeah, it was bad. He was able to skate off on his own, but they did take him to the hospital. I legitimately thought they had killed him for a hot second. And there was an empty seat next to me where I was sitting, because my dad was like a special guest for the university, so we had like special seats really close to the ice. And somebody came down and sat next to me, and I like told them what was going on because the game had completely stopped while the ref was on the ice. And I explained what had happened, and she was like, yeah, I know, that's my son. And I was like, oh, well, good luck. I believe he was fine, like it was all good, but it was very dramatic. Dramatic smack to the face. Yeah, it was unfortunate. I mean, it is like an occupational hazard, I guess, but those things are hard. You don't want to get hit in the face with one. You don't really want to get hit with one, period. But okay. Do I want to do anything else with this right now? I don't think that I do. We are going to go back over this with some colored pencil. I might do that off stream, maybe? I don't know. We'll see what I have time for, because I do want to do another pattern like this for the back. And move it around a bit. I think maybe adding some more dots around in some of these empty spaces will be nice too. BP! Hello! I don't want to mess with that right now. The purple is the one that I'm really concerned about because it's so tonally similar to the craft paper. Ooh, nice BP! I definitely want to end up doing something around that for the outline. Decisions. I think maybe we add a few more dots in here for now. That will be fine. Because I do feel like these bits are a little empty, on the edges, because I did make the original image a little bit smaller so I knew it would fit on the cover without issues. But we can just add some little like dots and stuff in here, I think. And that will be hunky-dory. That's a cute idea, Shawnee. I was thinking just like different cat silhouettes, but like the same paw prints. I'll have to think on it. But that is a super cute idea. Maybe we can do like, with the same colors, we could do like a smeary paw print on like the inside pattern here, kind of like that. I think that would be really cute. Yeah, for sure. Very cute. I love how that is a thing through like a bunch of human history too, where like we'll find roof tiles or whatever that somebody fired that has just like a kitty print in it. It's great. I think it's kind of hard to tell, but I'm making hearts with the purple. Again, it's so tonally similar to the brown, but kind of hard to see, especially on camera where the contrast isn't as good. Little purple hearts, because that's Adam's favorite color. That's so cute, Shawnee. I love the freaking emote combos you always come up with. They're so adorable. Like, I don't know, you're like an emote chef, finding new and interesting combinations. Okay, done pink. Let's do orange and yellow. Exactly. I can tell it's time to take another pain pill. A couple places in here I think could use a little more pink. Right there. Right here. Okay, here. Yeah. Okay, let me just add some Lello. And I think the front of this is donezo. Well, as donezo as we're getting today. I will probably go back over it with some colored pencil, like I said, but that's not a right now task, I think. I think the right now task is to finish streaming and go chill for a bit, because I have been working all day, which I'm sure is a shock to absolutely nobody in this chat. I think I mentioned this already, but one of the greeting card proofs I got was not up to snuff, so I had to edit some stuff and try again. And I haven't heard back from the person who was in charge of that, so. Thank you. I'm glad you like it, Adam. Thank you. I'm glad this is like working out. I wasn't sure how it was gonna go because I haven't done something like this before, nor have I used these pens from before today. So it was a little bit of an experiment. So I'm glad it's looking all right. Okay, I'll take a photo of this. This one I didn't really need to take progress photos because it's not like a project I'm being paid for. It's not like a Patreon project. So I didn't need to worry about that today, at least. But yeah, I think this is a cool thing that I might be able to offer at some point as like a commission. But I'll decorate because I have 4 of these journals, and I have some ideas. Oh yeah, for sure, Shawnee. I just don't need to worry about taking enough photos that I feel like I'm not cheating people, you know? But I got 4 of these, so I have 3 other ones that I can do designs for, and I have a couple ideas for those depending on how this goes. This is a relatively simple design, like artistic wise. Thank you, Shawnee. I will hydrate. Because it's just like silhouette, so it's not something that needs a lot of detail on top of the paint. Which some of the ideas that I have would need details on top of the paint. And this is just like all flat colors of paint, so I'm not mixing the colors of the paint itself together and stuff like that. Although some of the ideas that I have will be like that, if I do them, which is again a question. But I have an idea for one for my cousin that I would like to do. She is also a very notebook person like I am, so. And there's one that I thought would look cool with like honeycomb and bees on it that I thought would be cute. I don't have a target for that one. I just thought of it and thought it was cute. So yeah, we might be doing more of these. We'll see. Okay. I think that's going to be it for us today. We almost made it to 3 hours, which is good. I think me using this different set of headphones, even though it's a little bit of a sound quality dip, is a lot better for me to keep streaming with. Just because, like, my other headset, it squeezes on my ears, so it gives me a headache after, like, 2 hours, which is part of the reason why I haven't been streaming as long, is because I get a headache from the headphones, so I try to end before that happens. So I think using these, we're gonna hit our stride, really, until I can get my studio set up and use the nicer mic that my dad got me as a gift. But yeah, what else am I saying? I don't know. Words. Okay, I'm pretty sure I know who I want to raid. If she's still going. which I will see. I will guess she is, but who knows? And I'm guessing that this is going to end up with a few of you merging tabs. Yes, she is. Excellent. All right. Yeah, it's always nice to hang out with y'all, and it's nice I can give you a place to decompress, because that's definitely what, especially Tomato and Sleepy, what your streams are for me too, and Matto for that matter. Although Matto should probably be in bed, so I hope that he is not still listening to me. Yeah, of course. Thank you, Matto. Go to bed. Get some sleeps. You weren't feeling well. You need to sleep. Thank you, Felt. I think it'll be okay. Menstruating well also, modeling just makes everything more difficult. It's just like, yeah. It's almost like if you're in a massive amount of pain to start out, things aren't as comfortable. Wild concept. And yeah, thank you, Adam. Thanks for the pens in the first place. I'm having fun figuring this out. And I'm glad to get to, like, give you a little gifty back. So we're gonna go raid Rainbow, who y'all know Rainbow. If you don't know Rainbow, I'm not entirely sure how you've managed to avoid that. Because we love Rainbow. And we use her emotes all the time. Like, that Anki emote, I use that so often. Like, that's basically who I am as a person now. Also, the little gremlin is very good. Did I spell that right? I'm pretty sure I did. Yes. Okay. Shawnee has put the raid commands in chat. The first one has emoji that you can use anywhere on Twitch, no matter your subscription status. The second one has an emote you can use if you are subscribed to my channel, so please copy and paste to the one that is relevant to you if you will be joining us. Rainbow will also be perfectly fine with you showing up to lurk. I believe today she's doing a kind of co-working vibe. So she's got a little game up for chat to play, and then she's working on a project that is a secret. A little squeakwit. So she's a nice chill place to hang out too. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being nice to me. Thanks for, hanging out and chatting with me and just having a nice chill time. Because I was kind of grouchy, and I'm less grouchy now, so that's nice. Take care of yourselves. Be kind to yourselves. Remember that you're loved because I love you. And if you can't take care of or be kind to yourself or yourself, please do so for me. Because I think that you're awesome and deserve nice things, including from yourself, even on the days when it's really hard. So let's work on being nicer to ourselves and taking better care of ourselves, and then we can meet back here and talk about our victories, all right? And until then, we can go hang out with Rainbow. All right, I'll see y'all on Friday. All right, bye.